Hey guys, how's it going? I don't even know if this video will be uploaded onto YouTube as public or private, but I did post about this on my blog that I recently went back to actually after a few years, because I realized I express myself better through words than in video, and I'm sometimes kind of awkward on video, but I'm still giving this a shot because it might be easier explained to video for some people. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I've been looking into this a lot lately, and it's because it also happened to me actually on Saturday. This past Saturday, I went to a car show with some people, and it's just the mindset I had going into this, and the one situation I put myself into actually worked out in my favor. And I want to bring Gary Vee into this as well, about what he said in a podcast with Aubrey Marcus about haters. And I really wish that Gary was actually around, during my middle school and high school times, because it really would have helped me out significantly, and it wouldn't have made me go through life like how it did had he been around at that point in time. But also, YouTube wasn't around at that time, and if it was, it wasn't as big as it was, because it did start getting bigger in 2011, 2012. That's when I stopped making YouTube videos, but he just wasn't around at the time. So this could help future generations in terms of how to deal with certain people. But what I wanted to touch up on was how to deal with life after the fact, right? So the world as we know it, right, it's only going to get worse, if you were to look at it on the negative side. Um, People are getting more emotional. People are being affected easier and easier as social media becomes more impactful on our life, and that always comes, um, with the what's the word? Basically, the main point is as social media becomes more and more active in our life, that's when more and more people get bullied. Now, I got bullied pretty much my whole life, right? And I'm already 25. I'm still suffering the aftermath of it. I have social anxiety. I'm just gonna put this out there. I have social anxiety. Um, I am socially awkward in certain situations, which brings me back actually to Saturday. So right now, I'm just trying to, in order for me to have a good life, or in order for me to improve on my life, I have to go face to face with my fears, which is dealing with people and facing anxiety. Because if I don't get over that hurdle, and this is the same situation with a lot of other people out there, if I don't get over this hurdle, right, I won't be able to deal with other aspects in life, and I won't be able to improve and further my life even more, the way how I want my life to be. Now, what happened on Saturday was, and this, no doubt, this is maybe going to be a 15-minute video, so stay with me, right? Because this actually happened. This is the truth. I'm not making this shit up. I wouldn't. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but that's just how I speak sometimes. So, going to this event on Saturday, right? I'm a photographer and I love cars, but what I realized was last year, I did things differently. This car show is the most anticipated car show of the whole year, right? And a free car show. That's the whole point. A free car show, but all of the most mind blowing cars are showcased at this event. Free show, to broadcast a prototype, or people with really famous cars that have broken the internet also come to the show worldwide, right? People from Asia, people from Europe, even from Canada. Cars and people have came over from all three different countries, right? So what I kept in mind as a photographer, though, was last year when I went, I took my telephoto lens because I didn't want to get in anyone's way. I know for a fact that for me, as a photographer, if I spent 10, 20 seconds trying to get the perfect frame in the shot, and all of a sudden someone just walks in, right? Someone just walks in front of my frame to get a shot of their own, I would be more than pissed off. So I kept that in mind last year. So that's why I took my telephoto lens, because I wanted to play differently, right? I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to explore different areas. And I actually did. It was a success because while everyone was crowding around the cars, I took my friend and I took my sibling to the opposite side of the road, right? Because not only could I get a clear image of the cars, um, I could also compress the image in a sense where all the attention was driven to the car and everything behind the car was out of focus. So that was the point. And not only that, I was able to get pictures without getting in anyone else's way, which was in my favor and was in everyone else's favor as well. Because not only was I able to get my job done, um, I was also able to let the other photographers get what they want, right? So in a sense, we're all having fun, and what I did personally was um, have my fun, but also not prevent someone else from having their fun. So that was what I had in mind for this year, right, on Saturday. But I didn't want to lug around three lenses. Last year, I had my telephoto, my 7200, my 35, and my 85 millimeter. This year, I didn't want to lug that many lenses around, so I took two lenses only, my 85 for distance and my 35 for close-up detail shots. And what I did was I pretty much did the same thing. I ran around, right, with my 85 trying to get the long distance shots, which again worked out perfectly. Like um it basically worked out as I had planned. But the other thing that I kept in mind was just recently I realized that my life is really stagnant, is really stale. So I wanted to, you know, involve more stimulation in my life. I wanted more spontaneity, and I kept in mind who I was going to the event with and what I was going for, which is not only to take pictures at the event for my profile and for my portfolio, right? I was also going there to have fun with my friends, and I kept in mind saying, if I'm having fun with my friends, I'm absolutely okay with missing a photo or two because more than likely, right, if I have the attention and the mindset and the focus, I will come across that car, or that car will even come across my life again sometime in the near future. So if I miss that photo, that is all right. If someone else wants that photo, that is okay. I will give it to them because it's not a huge deal. I'm there with my friends. I'm there to enjoy time with my friends and enjoy our common passion and to make good memories and again have a fun time, right? So my main point is yes, I did miss a few photos actually, and but I wasn't pissed off. You know why? Because my friend was there with me the whole time, and we both missed the same photos, funny or not, and we actually laughed about it. Right? We laughed about we both missed the same photo, which is funny as hell. But we both agreed that we both will later on maybe see the same car right down the line. So, um, but at the same time, after my first shutter click, I just went with the flow. Because after that, a lot of spontaneity happened, a lot of stimulation happened. Uh, the whole time I was just, I had a positive mindset and I was just having a blast with my friends. And here's the other thing that I wanted to mention, and I'm just gonna put it out there, right? So, there was there's this Instagram model that I came across on YouTube, right? And she has a really nice looking car, a Porsche GT3. I don't know if she will see this, but um, if you do, I'm not gonna mention the name, but if you do, because I haven't done YouTube in a long time, so technically speaking, I am a nobody, so it doesn't really matter if I say your name or not. But just in case, if you happen to see this, if someone happens to share this, I swear to God, this is exactly what happened. To me, she's a very attractive woman, right? And for me, for all my life, since I'm socially awkward in some cases, I've never been able to, you know, hang around or be around attractive women. Like I'd always freeze, right? So knowing this fact, and because her rap is so unique, as soon as she rolled in, I was like, wow, I can't believe she's. I didn't even think that she would come here for whatever reason, but I saw her rolling in, and that's when I thought like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I could get a selfie with her? That's exactly what I said in my head. Long story short, I after I saw her car, I got a few photos which I will be uploading actually later on after this video is made. I was walking around with my friends, and then all of a sudden we walked to a fenced off area, because in that section there were one, two, three, there were six cars. There was three Ferraris. There was one De Tomaso, which only 72 of them were made, so it's very unique. There was the Koenigsegg Jesko or Jesko. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there's also a Bugatti right beside it. So there were a lot. There were these amazing cars, and as we were walking by, I just happened to see her standing on the opposite side, right? And thankfully, thank God, I've been following one of the staff members for a really long time on Instagram, because he has one of the most insane car collections that I know, and he does the most insane wraps that I've seen. So after seeing her standing there and after seeing him standing there, I paused for a second, right? And at this point in time, the only reason why we walked past this section is because my friends and my sibling were trying to go to the opposite side of the street. But I kept on telling them, wait a second, because I was thinking, okay, well, if I don't get a picture with her, that's fine, right? Like, no big deal to me. But if I do, that would be insane. So it's the same thought process I had when I saw her rolling in. And I was thinking, okay, if I say I do get a picture, right? Say I do get a selfie with her, it's one of two ways how that could happen. She's about 10, 15 feet maximum away from me, right? And I was thinking, okay, if she walks over here, I'm going to discreetly ask her if I could take a selfie with her. But if she just stays there, right, and doesn't move, I will ask the staff member, because he was maybe 2, 3 feet maximum away from me, but he was talking to his two other friends. If there's a pause in their conversation, I'm just gonna take that chance, right? I'm just gonna take that chance, because I knew for a fact that he maybe or most likely would help me ask her to get a selfie with me. So, as luck would have it, one of two options did happen. He did have a pause in his conversation, and that's when I took that chance, because I don't know, for some reason I just knew it was gonna happen. So I called him over. I asked him, hey, could you help me ask her if I could get a selfie with her? And as soon as I asked, she just walked off, and I was like, what did I do? Is this really happening? And as he was walking towards her, he was like, hey, you have a fan who wants to take a photo with you. And I was like, really? You really had to say that? Like, that's literally what I said in my head. And I was like, oh shit, this is happening. This is really happening. But for some reason, right, usually when that happens, or usually when an attractive woman starts walking towards me, I get nervous. But this time, and I'll explain why later, like after immediately, when she was walking over to me, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be. And I think the reason why is because, and this might help other people as well, right? The reason why I wasn't as nervous when she was walking towards me is because we both indirectly share a common passion, which is cars. So, and that I think helped me a lot, because I wasn't as nervous because we share the same passion. Like that's literally all it took for us to share the same passion. So that made me not as nervous when she was approaching me. But I still remember she comes here, and I asked her, would you like to take it for us? And she said, sure. So I gave her my phone, and I'm already approaching 14 minutes, so this is most likely going to be a 20-minute video, but I hope it's worth it up to this point. I give her my phone, we take the picture, and I'm like, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I just do, right? Not only did I work up the courage to ask, because like I explained to my friend last night, different people have different scales on their fears and their anxieties, right? For me, I have heavy social anxiety. That's one of my biggest fears. And sometimes even asking a simple question to me is a big deal. Like, for me, if I'm being put in situations, I couldn't even ask, right? I couldn't even put out the question. And to some people, it's not that big of a deal. But to me, so far in my life, it's been a big deal depending on what the situation I put myself into. So that's why, for me, after she took the picture, I was like, this did not just happen. And to make it not awkward, or in my mind, I don't know if she found it awkward or not, but in my mind, to make it not awkward, to continue it, I told her I really love her current rap, which I really do, because I think it's absolutely unique and I think it's insane. And I also told her that I really love her previous rap as well, because again, like I think it was really unique, with the different colored patches that she had on the car. It just really made the car stand out, and I love the way how she designed it, right? So afterwards, as I was walking away, I was actually looking at the photo because I was thinking, holy shit, like how did I make this happen? I can't believe I had the balls to do it. Like knowing how much social anxiety I have, and knowing the fear I have around attractive women, right? So, um, I was thinking like, wow, I can't believe this really happened. Like it to me basically it just blew my mind, like how I was able to make this happen because I pretty much stepped out of my comfort zone. So if someone happens to share this video, um, genuinely from deep within, I like to thank you for taking a picture with me, because um, it helps me a lot. And again, I this will be my fifth time saying it, but I do really love your rap, um, and yeah. But um, now what I want to bring in was Gary Vee. Now I this is why I said I kind of I wish he was around when I was in middle school and high school, because he said his perspective on haters, and this I believe will really help those people who are being bullied. Either it doesn't matter if you're in the workforce, and it doesn't matter if you're in school, right? He said it has a lot to do with your mindset. He said it has a lot to do with your perspective, and this is the thing that really, really, really got to me. Both him and Aubrey Marcus said everyone sucks at something, and you will always have haters no matter what. You will always have people who, for some reason, something went on in their life, so they have to reflect the damage on other people. So, in a sense, it is okay to suck at something, right? It is okay for you to suck at something, because you will excel at something. You'll always suck at something else. And basically what him and Aubrey said was, the people who hate on you, they don't even know you, right? So why let the people who post hate comments on you, or at you, or about you, why let that affect you to the extent where you can't even function? Now, me saying this, right? This to me, fully admit, right? Full transparency. It's easier said than done because of what you've experienced. And like I said, everyone's mental and physical scale is different, right? When you work out, some people have good genes, some people have work ethic, right? Someone can be in the gym for less than someone else and reap the benefits much quicker than the other person. So my point is that um, what he and Aubrey said really hit me, because now that I think back to my life, the people who really put me down, they didn't really know me, but back then I was already being put down in at the very end of elementary school. So even when my brain was developing, even before I was a preteen, I was already being put down by people by my peers, by my classmates. But did they really know me? No, they did not. They didn't spend a full 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every single day of my life, they're not there. They only I don't know why. I genuinely do not know why they were trying to put me down. I know for a fact that the 98% white kids to 2% Asian kids had nothing to do with it. I know that for a fact, like straight up. So for for me to come across as a material when my mindset and attitude changed from Saturday really kind of got to me, because I'm trying to implement it now, and a lot of you guys can too, right? If my video happens to be shared, because whoever watches it knows someone who's going through the same shit that I am, or knows someone who is perceiving life the same way as I do, maybe this could help them out. If someone hits on you, and if you ask yourself, the first question is, do they know you? Do they really know you, right? Because if they don't really know you at all, and if they're hating on you for whatever the reason is, that's their problem. That's not your problem. You're just carrying on with your life. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. You're trying to improve on yourself. You don't have any time to to really reflect negatively on why they're hating on you. And that's what I'm currently trying to do. That's why I made the blog post in the first place. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I post on Instagram, because it really did hit me, and it really did give me something to think about, because it just makes sense. When Gary Vee says perspective is more important than anything else, and when him and Aubrey just, touch on these two subjects, saying that everyone sucks at something, everyone excels at something, and there's no point in letting the haters get to you, because what you see on the surface is much, much, much less than what goes on behind the scenes. Like, everyone who does YouTube vlogging nowadays, right? Even if they tell you, oh, this is raw, this is fact, this is what's on the surface. Technically, no, it's not, because what Gary does differently is he has his cameraman running and following him throughout the whole day, right? And he can literally cut a snippet out of any section of his video and upload it as is, because it's raw. You actually see behind the scenes, other than his meetings for business, which is obvious reasons, right? But of all the YouTubers out there, sure, they're filming, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, but look at the length of the video, right? Every video is 10, 15 minutes long, sometimes even 5 minutes long, right? They're only highlights, and sometimes, sure, they capture a problem, right? But then again, right now, in today's standard, I guess, if you will, a problem on YouTube could easily be flipped and be made into another video for ad revenue. But with Gary, he records everything. Whatever comes out of his head, whatever comes out of his mouth, is literally raw material and raw ideas that come out of his mind. And that's why I respect him so much, because, like you said, and what I also agree with him is, no matter how much you vlog, there will always be something that you leave out, and that is the rawest shit that you can put on the internet. And that's why he says to document and not to just make videos, because when you document, people will see your fuck ups, people will see your successes, people will see your climb. But to me, that's better than just uploading highlights on YouTube and just getting the views, because to me, there's a difference between, and there's a fine line between uploading highlights and uploading problems that can be made into another video for ad revenue. And it's a whole new situation, it's a whole new level to upload raw material, to be recording any time of day, and to be talking about anything you want. Because again, in today's world, it's all about branding yourself, which means putting out your opinion and perspective on the world, because there's countless number of people out there. There's millions and millions and billions of opinions and perspectives out there. And sure, not everyone will respect everyone's opinions, but that goes on to, to everyone else's experience. And that's also another reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place, because to me, this video is raw, complete 100% raw, because it is what I experienced. I'm not making this shit up. It's years and years of collected memories and experiences and situations that I've been through with different people, my bullies, my friends. This is the rawest it will get, and that's why for me, it's easier for me to put my emotion and expressions in words. But if I want to make a video, and this is why I made a video, this is why. So I'm sorry that it's 25 minutes, half an hour long, but I hope I got through to someone. And if there's someone out there who is facing the same situation as me, please share this video, and I will definitely, if it does go public, I will link the video of Gary's and Aubrey's podcast, because I know for a fact that if it helped me personally, then it will definitely help you. And the way how I see it, there's so much negativity in the world right now that I agree with Gary Vee that we need more positivity, and I truly believe in the fact that this can and will work. as long as we go through with it, and as long as we believe in ourselves, and if we can build up enough self-confidence and self-esteem to work through our problems and to really just believe in ourselves and improve on our life. So thanks for watching. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I know I could have made this video a lot shorter, but like I said, I am absolute shit and horrible at video. But hopefully this will get through to someone. And if it does, honestly, I will feel extremely happy. So that's it. And yeah, have a good one.